The Reagan Rattlers had a chance to win their 4th straight district title if they could get by their rival, the Madison Mavericks. Madison had a chance to get into the playoffs a year after going 0-10. Reagan beat Johnson by shutout last week, and they did something against Madison that they had never done before in school history. But would it result in a win? Well, let's head inside Hero Stadium behind me and check out all the action. Coaches John Campbell and David Wetzel talking about Halloween plans before the game. They'll do their trick-or-treating after the game. Campbell has done a great job turning around the Mavericks in his first year at Madison. Reagan would clinch the district with a win or a win Week 11 versus Roosevelt. Madison would clinch the last playoff spot in 26-6A with a win or a win next week versus Johnson. They could also back in if Reagan beat Roosevelt Week 11. Madison, in fact, could still host a playoff game with 2 wins and a Reagan loss to the Rough Riders. Before the game, Rattler head coach David Wetzel addressed his team in the locker room.
You need to go out there and lay the wood like you're supposed to. You need to go out there and play like you're supposed to play because you are the standard of the district. You are the best team, so you have to go play like it tonight. Whatever that means to you, you get out there and play like you're supposed to play tonight.
After managing just 7 points against Johnson, it took the Rattlers 1 minute to match their point total from last week. Marquise Duncan with a long run dodging traffic on Wurzbach Parkway, the field, on the first play of the game down inside the Madison 35. Third play of the game, and Duncan ran it in for a touchdown, 7-0 Rattlers before some fans had even taken their seats. Special teams, the big play later in the quarter, Madison punting near their own goal line. Focus on the arrow, it's on number 44, Kyle Anderson. From the defensive secondary, he ran all the way in and deflected the Madison punt. The kick didn't even reach the Maverick 40. That set up Reagan on a short field.
That's a huge play, and our kids, they believe in that. They believe in the special teams opportunity to make a huge play and change the game, and they did that tonight, so really proud of them.
Our special teams has been great all year, and we expect them to do that all the time, and it just happened for us, and it just feels awesome every time they do something like that.
Reggie Wilson made that field even shorter, as in 0 yards, as he ran over a Madison blocker and in for a touchdown. 14-0 Rattlers.
Our O-line is great, and they did what they were supposed to do. We had a gap in the middle, and I just ran right through and ended up scoring a touchdown.
Mavericks managed to hit a long pass play as Krishawn Daniels found Jalen Battles for 45 yards down to the Reagan 13. However, 2 plays later, Daniels can't handle the snap, and Cody Fox came up with a Halloween pumpkin. Football. The turnover prevented what turned out to be Madison's best chance at scoring in the contest. Wetzel runs a 2-quarterback system between junior Justin Tibbs and senior Cade Bourmet. Here, Bourmet with the keeper 16 yards down to the Mavs 20. First and goal now for Reagan from the 6. Duncan again ran over and through the defense as he scored again, 21-0 Reagan after 1. Rattler defense gave Daniels little time all evening. Here, Daniels tried to pump fake, but Josh Ogbon stayed with the play and knocked the ball loose. Although Daniels recovered the fumble, Ogbon disrupted the play, and another Madison drive ended with a punt. Later on, Daniels back to pass again, found no one open. The defensive pressure forced him to scramble until Leighton Demondu came up with a sack to end another Maverick drive. The defense swarmed Daniels all night and never allowed him to get into rhythm.
Working hard, good week of preparation. It was a little bit easy, them scoring gave us momentum to go out there and get stops. Keep getting stops, giving them back the ball, great field position.
Tibbs now in at quarterback. He found Skylar Warren as he out-jumped the defender like a bridesmaid out-jumping others for the wedding bouquet. Warren makes another man miss, and the 40-yard completion set up Reagan at the 12. A couple of plays later, Duncan completed the drive with his 3rd touchdown run of the half, 28-0 Reagan at intermission.
We just came out and played how we practiced. I was happy with all of them. O-line blocked well. That's what got me the touchdown, so, it was a good victory.
The only drama left was could the defense pitch its 2nd straight shutout? A missed Madison field goal and interceptions by Jake Hoggett and Elishai Reyes completed the goose egg.
Coach Ham preparates us really well. You have so many hours put in, going over and over on situations and what they could and couldn't do. And, we're always well prepared when we come in here. We're
Complementing each other offensively, defensively, and special teams. I think it's all kind of fitting together, but it's really led by the defense because we have been playing really good defense almost all year, and I really feel like the special teams has complemented most of the year, and really offensively what we've been doing, kind of grinding the ball some, being smart with our passing game has kind of allowed us to play the type of game that, our defense can give themselves a chance to have a shutout like they have the last 2 weeks. It's fun to watch.
Time to play cool in the gang because it's celebration time for Reagan, as the Rattlers beat Madison 31-0, holding the Mavericks to just 206 yards of total offense. Oh, by the way, it's the first time in school history that the Rattlers have shut out back-to-back opponents. Players celebrated with a banner commemorating only the second district four-peat in any ISD history.
It feels great to be district champions, but at the end of the day, we need to keep working, and we got playoffs ahead.
In order to win in this particular district, you have to be able to stop the run first. You have to be able to run the football, and you have to be good in special teams. Pick off a few passes and create some turnovers, then you have a really good chance to be a good football team. And that's what I feel like we've done.
Reagan's shutout of Madison was their second straight shutout after the Rattlers had only pitched 2 shutouts the previous 136 games dating back to 2005. Reagan had 321 yards of rushing offense and averaged 9 yards a rush, while Madison averaged only 1 yard a carry. You see all the streaks on your screen, which include matching Lee as the only four-peat NEISD district champions. That was done from 69 through 72. Reagan's reward for winning their district? A home playoff game against Austin Westlake, a top 15 team in the state who lost in extra possessions in the state final last year and has an All-American linebacker and a potent defense.
If they want to stick 8-9 in the box and we're just going to throw it over their heads, I mean, we got to do whatever we could do to win. Every year we've had a hard first round with Smith and Valley each year. Now Westlake's not that much different. We're just going to come out and play how we play.
We have great confidence in ourselves. You know, we are a good head coach. Coach Ham gives us well preparation. He scouts them very good, very well. So we're pretty confident.
We realize what kind of program they are. However, we've played them before. Reagan and Westlake have met twice in the playoffs before. They've won one of those, and we've won one of those. And so, we're familiar with them, and they've got an outstanding program. Coach Dodge does a great job. A significant factor in the fact that you get to have a home playoff game with someone that's not local. I think that's a much bigger deal.
As David Wetzel said, will be the third all-time playoff meeting between Westlake and Reagan. 10 years ago, the Chaparrals, led by future NFL quarterback Nick Foles, beat the Rattlers by a couple of touchdowns in the state quarterfinals. Westlake went on to play for the state championship that year. In 2007, Reagan got revenge as they beat the Chaps by 1 touchdown. Reagan made it back to the state quarterfinals that year. Even though Reagan has already clinched the district, they could still have a factor and a hand in who ends up getting the last playoff spot out of this district. Madison clinches the last playoff spot with a win over Johnson or a Roosevelt loss to Reagan. Roosevelt would need to beat Reagan and have Madison lose to Johnson to get the last spot. Should Madison get in, that would push Churchill down to Division II, which means the Chargers would avoid Lake Travis altogether, and instead Madison would face the Cavaliers. Johnson will go Division II no matter what and will face Vandergrift, Vista Ridge, or Leander High. But all that matters to the Reagan Rattlers, they're district champions for the 4th straight year, and they'll have a home playoff game. Reporting from Hero Stadium here in San Antonio, I'm Greg Sherman.